First competition is this weekend for us. Relatively competitive meet. Kind of get started on a ladder of competitions where each one gets a little bit more competitive. But it's good for us to get on the track this time of year. It's time to get going. We had an early December meet, which was kind of more of an inter squad than it was anything. But we gotta look at our personnel at that time, and now we'll get to see a few more things this weekend. A lot of this is about where are we right now, and each athlete begins to understand where they are in relationship to the training they've done to this point. We started the first day of class, so we've been training a long time. It's just fun now to get to maybe go out and try to compete with some people. We'll probably have about 10 schools here.
What does it mean for you to get the Hall of Fame honor?
Well, it's very much appreciated. It's really nice of those people to, and for me, starting at the high school level, myself, being recognized by the high school coaches of the state of Texas was big for me, and it's very, very much appreciated because those guys are watching what you do, and you know, it's just fun that they see what's going on.
I know you lose a thing who was actually a freshman, but with Tyra, with a bunch of those people coming back, does it feel like a pretty veteran squad on both sides that you feel like you have returning? We
have a pretty normal group of seniors and freshmen. I think we have a good freshman group. We have a couple JC people on the men's, one JC person on the men's side. But, you know, we have some veterans. We have some people that have been in the competition at this level. And we have some that haven't been in this competition at this level yet. So that's what we want. We want that kind of balance, and we're pretty well balanced each year. I don't want to have a big senior class any one year. Now, you mentioned a thing. You know, part of my job is to lose great ones. If you don't lose great ones, maybe we're not getting the job done. So you don't expect a young lady to do what that young lady did. But we're extremely proud of her and pleased that she's doing what she has done.
What are your expectations for the Ted Nelson? Is this a meet that you can kind of have bearing on, I guess, what the NCAA's is going to look like, or is it still too early?
It's still early. But if you look at you know, indoors is 16 people will qualify to each event indoors. If you look at things over the years, the first two meets really dictate about half of that field, because the great ones are ready to go. Then you have some time for the other ones to come along. And then you have some time for the great ones to compete and not get too ever competitive too early. Yeah. So this meet is finding a few new people. We know who our good ones are. Let's see what some of our young ones are able to do.
With the experience she was able to get, what are you hoping Tyra progresses through with this meet and through this indoor season?
Well, this is going to be it's going to be different, there's no question about it. I mean, this is my COVID list front and back right now. These are the people who are in protocols right now. So, you know, it's you don't know exactly where you're going to be. For a young lady like Tyra, it's going to be time before we really put her in a competitive situation that she needs to be ready to go. So, a little bit of time.
You mentioned some young athletes, and you said you've also got some good ones, whether it be young ones or athletes who've been here for a while. So who are some of those names that fans should keep an eye on?
Well, Sierra Robinson, Tiara Robinson, Sierra Richardson, Cherokee Young. You know, those three were on that collegiate record-setting 4x4. They're minus one person off of that group. And she was a great one, but she didn't run 3:22. They all four ran 3:22. So there's some good people that are still here and competitive at 400. Our 800 meter, we have a new freshman in that I think is going to be pretty good. I don't talk much about the freshmen until we really get going. We have a couple transfers that were in the same boat on the ladies' side. On the men's side, Brandon Miller comes back, and Brandon's already, as a Bowerman list guy right now for a freshman. He ran 145, and that's huge. It's big time. So quarter milers, you have Etway is back. We've got Carter Benoit back, and our high jumper is back, Bourgeois. If I wanted to go down a list of people, I would probably take me 20 minutes to go down the whole list. So I probably said enough about it right now on people.
No, you said you don't necessarily like to talk about freshmen, but a lot of eyes probably be on Bryce Foster and what he was able to do on the football team. What does it mean to have an athlete like that and have a little bit more of that?
Yeah,
too?
That's what I just said. Talking about Bryce or Devon coming back into the mix, you got to give those guys time to get their feet on the ground and get ready to go. But yeah, I mean, it's great to have young people like that we know are very talented people. We were in on the recruiting process, and they are that's a very talented sprinter and thrower. So just time, just wait and see,
What is that recruiting process like when you have a multi-sport athlete and then there's a lot of coaches and a lot of cooks in the kitchen?
Well, I mean, it's different with each one. Each one requires a little bit different kind of process. Some young people that come in are pretty sold right away. Some, it takes some time before they really are sold on what Texas A&M is all about and what our program is about and what Jimbo's program is about. And then we're trying to show an athlete who is a dual sport athlete here that we're going to be a good track team and he's going to be on a good football team. So there aren't too many of those around that have both of them really good. And we think we can put them in a great environment. So that's part of the sell.